this will be unvoiced quest. Todd, Intelligence Guild.
先週人は寿命が長いせいか、歴史的文化財を大切にすることを知らない。
Alcoholic. I'm either swamped by the primary sources, or running around everywhere on the Jiangshao for research purposes. With my hectic schedule, it's a miracle that I ever find time like this to rest. The Intelligentsia Guild always trades knowledge for knowledge, and that is our guiding principle. You'd better prepare for something interesting from me. So what can I do for you today? What are you doing here, just looking around like this? Ah, it's you, Trailblazer. I'm looking for an assistant. Someone familiar with the local situation, friendly, well-educated, a capable adventurer, and an outworlder. All these qualities must be present to help me finish my research project on the Jiangshao. Are you looking for the assistant or the protagonist of a story? You think I'm asking for too much. These are just the basic requirements for an assistant when it comes to the guild's research. Us scholars from the Intelligentsia Guild must deeply penetrate into an alien civilization and win their trust, while also braving natural disasters that we may encounter. It's as dangerous as being a nameless. See? Now there is a Stellaron causing calamity here. My plans to research the medical history of the Jiangshao must went down the drain. The locals originally gave approval for me to enter the Alchemy Commission, browse medical texts, and exchange research findings with others. But they kept delaying my visit. Jiangshao residents might be able to afford the wait, but my gold bones simply cannot. The Cloud Knights are already imposing curfew over there. What? That won't do. Wait, I've been looking everywhere, but you seem to know a lot about what's happening inside the Alchemy Commission. I heard the general of the Lufao invited some outworlders to get involved with the internal affairs and the rare turn of events. Could you be one of those people? What luck. Trailblazer, are you interested in becoming my assistant? Why do you not want locals? My child, all these long-life species are the same. I've been in the Jiangshao for a year already. They keep talking to me, taking me to tourist spots and make me drink terrible beverages. They don't plan to share the secrets of their past with me. Even the application to the Alchemy Commission was only granted after painstaking networking. But you are different. You are chosen by the general and go to many secret places, unlike normal visitors. What exactly do you need me to do? Don't worry. We'll start with running an errand. The most simple task of all. I want to ask you to go to the Alchemy Commission to pick up some research materials. It won't take very long. Please help a fellow outworlder, young lady. Alright. Say, I need a Jiangshao medical textbook called Compendium of Remedies. Could you please head over to the Alchemy Commission and bring it to me? These alchemy textbooks are secrets, no? How are these books secrets? They are just references that alchemists can browse at any time. Besides, they agreed to let me borrow it. The Alchemy Commission's chief alchemist approved my request when I met her. According to the guild's creed, knowledge should be exchanged with an equally valuable piece of knowledge. I gave her a copy of an ancient text, and she gifted me a prescription with the guild I had never seen. Go. I'll give you the approval documents. Don't let an old man like me wait too long. At my age, arthritis is a veritable torment. Collecting some books for some old man. I'm sure this will get interesting. It always gets interesting. I got asked to leave before I even finished writing the prescription. It can't be helped. It's a mess everywhere. Hello? How can we help you? Asked the borrow the set textbook. Compendium of remedies. I remember looking up a prescription in it 2 days ago. You're closed. Are you an outworlder here for treatment? Why do you want that book? Are you to write prescriptions yourself? Ooh, there's a Clefable in chat. Clefable. Clefairies. Clefairies evolution, I think. Something like that. Catch that. Oh, Pepsi was here briefly. How preposterous. Since you're already here, a healer will attend to you sooner or later. You can't treat yourself with a medical textbook. Recount cause of trust. The Intelligentsia's Guild's application to borrow textbooks. I think I've heard about this. With the commission in chaos, all our colleagues are being interrogated by the Cloud Knights. I don't think anyone here would know about the request you're talking about. However, the new chief scientist lady, Yulo, might be able to help you. I think she's somewhere around here. You can try asking her. It's best to ask the chief alchemist about important business such as outsiders borrowing our medical texts. Yeah, I got the Clefable. Yeah, all my sound alerts are hopeless for broken. It's all right. I'll fix them later. That'll be a part of the day tomorrow. Necessarily want to fight these rando monsters, but I guess I'll have to. Gotta get those trotters.
私を楽しませてくれる？ガツンとくるやつでいこう。そうよ、一体。楽にしてあげる。
Drop that trotter. Give me your presents.
一気に片付けましょう。
Oh, trotter's tinky.
湘南に過ぎないわ。
Tinky.
リポップした。
I joke that they're like metal slimes, but honestly they're not. Because they just have a lot of health. They don't have like infinite defense like a metal slime does.
バトル体験を改善2倍速ってこんなもん占いましょう世の万人事をなす私を楽しませてくれる
Do we have the skill points for this?
ガツンとくるやつでいこう私が怖いの
Oh, we do because of that.
輪を持ってと牧さんはうい無情なり
Smack.
客をもてなさないと諸悪大
Didn't want to do that. Well.
楽にしてあげる蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム千の珍奇を持って鼓舞を一心同期
Yeah.
へえリポップした砲丸を持ってみるべし消化勝利うっとうしいわねあの世に送ってやる
Not up here. Not there either. There we go. That way. The door's been barricaded. Can't go through there. She just keeps getting caught in a loop. Same voice lines and everything. That defense field up. Drop her first. Let's see here. Let's do this guy, I guess. This guy. Just attack him, I guess. Weakness spike. Get some weaknesses on him. Some drop. There we go. That's where we're going. Hey, we're in the safe zone. Yay. Alright, here's where we're supposed to talk to Yulo. Hi, can I help you? Recount the request. Compendium of Remedies. Intelligence to Guild's application. I see. It was something Lady Danju approved when she was still held the post. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't call her Lady anymore. I don't want to change her policies, but you must have heard about her crimes, right? Cloud Knights are thoroughly investigating the Commission, and even our day-to-day jobs as healers are being affected. So it's not going to work out? I don't think Danju's crimes should influence the academic work that's being carried out by the Commission. But rules are rules. After what happened at the Alchemy Commission, everything has to be reapproved. I just came back from a foreign business trip myself. The Alchemy Commission has experienced a huge upheaval and armed conflict. Everything's a mess. So many books have been displaced by from the bookshelves. I even saw some books hanging off trees. I gotta automate this message too. Maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow too. Yulo smiles at you. I still need to commit to making inventory. If there's nothing else, we can talk another time. Alright, so it's in a tree somewhere. Which trees? I don't know. Some trees over here. Oh, the door's blockaded. There's a dude standing there. What are you doing here? Are you the claim specialist from the Herons Express? It's your clothes. Why do I feel like you're an outworlder? Did I get the wrong person? The Heron Express staff specifically manage shipping incidents, provide after-sales support. The Cloud Knight says it's not safe around here and I should stay at home for a few days, but still haven't memorized any medical textbooks. So I spent a hefty sum to have Heron Express deliver the books from the Alchemy Commission to my home. But that Cycrane kept running into walls and trees before it even left the Alchemy Commission. I'm so angry and watched helplessly as my books fell from the sky. Oh, my textbooks, my precious textbooks. If Heron Express doesn't pay me $1 million or $2 million, they'll never hear the end of it. So ask what are the textbooks? Looking for the Compendium of Remedies? Lucky for you, I do have one of the volumes. But with the shipping incident, that book ended up in a tree. If you can find it, it's yours. I recorded the incident anyways. The Heron Express specialists aren't coming, huh? You sure have guts. It seems like I have to visit them myself. See if we can use the bird. We can control birds. Where's the bird? I thought there was a bird here. I did see a bird station somewhere. My brain has completely forgotten where it is. Yo.
So honey can go back.
What can?
Honey.
Okay.
In a moist environment.
Yeah. You can get all.
Turns alcoholic.
Oh wow. It can ferment.
Ferments.
Interesting.
Just all the sugar gets in the alcohol.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Go back in Colorado. Alcoholic.
Interesting. All right.
It's anymore because it doesn't have the sugar in it.
Right. Interesting. This is an ordinary tree. You can somehow hear the sound of flipping pages as wind blows through the leaves. You carefully search the tree for the source of the sound and find a book hanging in the branches. The scene gives a crude sense of beauty. Could this be the textbook that Yulo mentioned? You decide to jump up and reach for the branch. Okay, of course. You jump as high as you can to lift your arms to reach the branch. Time stops for the moment your feet leave the ground. You're concerned that you might reach something you shouldn't touch, such as a bird nest or a beehive. As you ponder about this, the book falls from the tree. Compendium of Remedies, Part 2. Got one more to find.
People use it to make mead.
Yeah, that's literally what mead is. It's honey wine. Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, I'm going to read this. From the minute traces of oil stains in the creases, you think this place might have been used to store food or freshly dug medical ingredients. It is a positive disaster to keep books here. Thankfully, the books were not damaged. The Compendium of Remedies isn't here. You should check somewhere else. These boxes are more empty than the wallets of outworlder tourists, the kind of tourist who would believe that it adds about a century-old establishment having an anniversary scale in Star Citizen. The Compendium of Remedies isn't here. You should check somewhere else. People talk about shooting fish in a barrel, but never about getting books out of one. You're lucky to encounter such a rare occurrence. Today, your happiness comes from books. You found one of the volumes of the Compendium of Remedies. There's a Stuffle in chat. Those playing Pokemon community game. Alright, so we got the Compendium of Remedies. Alright, well, we got the stuff we're supposed to forgive the dude. Let's give him his books.
仮称が定まらない綿密な計画を練らなければ
What? Right. 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 So
And the company itself.
uh-huh.
And the chicken doesn't realize it's happening. So instead of their people,
Interesting. All right, I'm doing this right now.
検証喧嘩救済の子
先週人は寿命が長いせいか、歴史的文化財を大切にすることを知らない。
All right, I got your textbooks. Really? Let me see. Todd starts reading on the spot. Looks like the prescriptions that she gave does exist in this book. What about the ingredients in it? What are you researching? I want to find out whether the prescription that the Laugh Cheese alchemist gave me is genuine. After all, I gave her a copy of Theories on Returning from the Underworld, which is an invaluable ancient text. Of course, I needed to show how good her returning gift is. But yeah, that woman's gifts are always evil. Oh, you've dealt with her. This prescription is recorded in the medical textbooks, but there's an extra ingredient. The prescription didn't say what this ingredient is or where it's from. It's just called Divine Orate Twig. Is this the name of a common medicine in Zhangshao? Trailblazer, what do you think? I think it's a twig from the Marastruck. The Marastruck? Why would Zhangshao natives use such odd stuff in their medicines? Todd looks at you puzzled. It does make sense. Seeing these monsters with branches on their bodies. Looks like we've got another mission. Trailblazer, bring me a sample from this ingredient. It shouldn't be too hard for you, right? Trailblazer, old Todd can rely on you now. If I can't figure out this key issue, it means my net gain would be 0 from this exchange of knowledge. Now, go. I will pay you handsomely. Go fight a Marastruck. Or just talk to somebody, I guess. Ask the healers. Who should I ask?
あなたは
Ask him. Learned alchemist. An outworlder? How can I help you? If you're after treatment, please go to the healer's market and make a booking. Ask about the R8 twig. The healer suddenly looks very nervous. Where did you hear that name? Banshu's prescription. I never thought the Master Primus gifted this prescription to the guild. How surprising. It's a pity that the short-life species would never understand the secrets behind this ingredient. Let me tell you the truth. This is nothing less than the overgrowth on the bodies of the Marastruck and Zhangshao natives. You cannot obtain this ingredient without killing Zhangshao humans. Are you in the remnant of the disciples? The Master Primus was murdered, and the disciples are all scattered. I had no choice but to hide as well. I can pretend this never happened today. If you don't want the Cloud Knights and the Ten Lords Commission giving you trouble, you better leave right now. Otherwise, I can't make any promises. Sorry, I work for the Seal of Divine Starsight. You scoundrel!
和をもって尊しとなす。諸悪退散。千の珍奇をもって鼓舞を。一心同期。ガツンとくるやつでいこう。消化勝利。
All the buffs.
バトル体験を改善し
Hopefully drop this guy.
こんなもん
Pop.
楽にしてあげる。蝶と共に散れ。スターレイファントム。
Perfect fight.
あなたは牧さんは
Oh, we got the branch from this dead body. Eerie twig. And nobody else even friggin' notices. They're just like, oh yeah, that lady just killed the Bara struck dude that was standing there. Great. Okay, anyhow, moving on. These guys are crazy. Absolutely out of their minds.
仮称が定まらない。綿密な計画を練らなければ。
Was there a Cloud Knight there before? Go right to the quest. Dialogue. Thank you for your hard work. Fascinating. This thing does look similar to twigs, but its veins shine with a golden light. Its mysteries must be related to the Jiangshao natives' legends. Scholar Bernini was so jealous once he finds out about what I've learned here. Todd makes an eerie twig into a specimen. I don't have a lot of tools available for me here, but the guild's research has finally come progress long delay. Thank you, Trailblazer. Okay. I'm sorry. No, then I don't know what to tell you. You do realize you're touching on the forbidden secrets of the Jiangshao. What? Forbidden secrets? I don't seek medicines to grant immortality, and I don't wish to become a long-life species. What forbidden secrets am I unveiling? What crime is it to collect a small twig that have come from anywhere? Besides, you gave me this twig yourself. You've helped me so much, and I'm definitely not a stingy person. Apart from tangible cash, I will provide the most common reward in the Intelligency Guild, that of knowledge. After all, knowledge is worth more than gold. I will share with you all the information I gained from this project. Take this manuscript and keep it safe. I'll come find you again, young one, if I need to conduct more research. Report, a rare plant specimen by Todd Riordan. Type, investigative. Location, Lufao. After the implementation of the ban on internal and external travel in Jiangshao Lufao, I immediately realized the value of this opportunity. The Skyfaring Commission personnel who originally accompanied us were unable to split their attention anymore and told us no longer enthusiastically take care of me. She must have relaxed her guard against an old man who thinks is weak and inactive. Anyway, how does the saying go in Jiangshao? Taking chestnuts out of the fire? Risk and benefits are good, inseparable friends. Anyway, I've dispatched a new acquaintance of mine, a certain investigator. She did not disappoint me, and she brought me a sample of a plant. This branch is not grown from a garden or an incubator, but is an abnormal growth extracted from a fallen Jiangshao warrior. watch over these afflicted souls. I risked being arrested and drove a starship to explore several delves. During that time, I witnessed some cloud knights falling into an uncontrollable frenzy. They seemed to have broken down from some great pain and brandished their weapons at their colleagues for no reason. Within minutes, some of these soldiers started having vines and leaves sprouting from under their armor, as if they were some plant in a frenzied growth spurt. Some even lost their human form. As I mentioned in my previous report, the Zhangshao myth about the ambrosial arbor is not just talk. The sacred tree believed to have been planted by Yaoshi suddenly began to grow, the reason for which will take some time to ascertain. The rise of the ambrosial arbor brought about many anomalies, the most notable of which is the madness known by the Zhangshao people as Mara-struck, as well as the strange growths that only appear on the bodies of Zhangshao natives. I don't have many tools at hand, but spectral analysis and genetic testing show these plants do not belong to a simple biological category. They are more a kind of bionic material, extracted some liquid from their vascular system, which contains Zhangshao native genes. You don't last samples, but you certainly haven't obtained this kind of mutant sample. Attached is the report on the test data, which can be opened with my Intelligence and Guild membership code. I will send it out as soon as communication is restored. Your code to review the report. Interesting. Got some goodies too. Far. Yeah, exactly. You actually have to be able to like waifu with samurai sword, please. Thank you. That's what matters. All right, Todd. Hey, Todd, how's it going? Intelligentsia Guild member Todd. It's you. I can tell just by looking at your face, you're a workaholic, just like me. I'm either swamped by primary sources or running around everywhere in the Zhangshao for research purposes. With my hectic schedule, it's a miracle I'll ever find time like this to rest. The Intelligentsia Guild always trades knowledge for knowledge, and it's our guiding principle. You'd better prepare something interesting for me. So what can I do for you today? Why are you looking around? You came at a good time, Trailblazer. There's something I want to ask you. I heard there's been a thunderous noise coming from Scaligor's waterscape recently. Something big happened? Are you asking me to investigate something again? Nothing of that sort. I'm just curious about the happenings on Lufo. Besides, aren't we close friends who help each other out? Looks like you were quite perturbed after helping me with my research last time. I swear, on Nose's name, that your investigation will not be used immorally. Back to the topic. Could you tell me what happened on Scaligor Waterscape? You talk about your experience briefly. The reincarnated High Elder has returned to his homeland, parted the sea and stirred the waves. Just hearing you say these gives me a vivid imagery. It's as if I were there. Since I started studying the history of the Zhangshao civilization, I have been longing to visit the famous sites on the Lufao mentioned in the books. It's a shame that the Star Rail has become unstable since the disappearance of Akavili. The worlds are getting further and further away from each other, and the guild has gradually lost interest in the Zhangshao. My teacher, Benini, was a fan of Zhangshao culture all his life. He once wrote to me, describing the peculiar ecology in the Scaligor waterscape and the water that was full of vitality. Unfortunately, cultural study has always been a niche thing. Without an impressive result, study would not be funded. In the end, my teacher never returned to his teaching post out of embarrassment and left to work elsewhere. As for me, I'm just a mediocre and untalented person, in fear of ending up as the same way as my teacher. I've wasted most of my life on things that would quickly get me rich and famous. Now that I'm getting older, I have decided to stay true to myself and come here. Help me, Trailblazer. I want to complete what was left unfinished by my teacher and witness the beautiful Scaligord waterscape before I am too old to walk. Of course, you can take some time to think it over. This time I won't promise you a handsome pay, as I understand the offer is humiliating to a nameless. After all, both of us have the same kind of courage. While we scholars study the unknown, the nameless pursue the unknown, right? Todd gets breathless after speaking too fast. He waits for your decision while catching his breath. Trailblazer, have you decided to whether to help me? Please humiliate me with a handsome pay. It's a deal, Trailblazer. No wonder I feel so close to you, even though we've just met. You're the embodiment of the quality that Guild reveres. Pragmatism. Now, let's talk about the investigation. I'd like to compose a report discussing the changes in the Scaligorge waterscape, the pros and cons of the High Elder succession system. For this, I need the latest information. As usual. You need you to run some errands for you? Yes, but please don't get the wrong idea that I'm trying to avoid physical work. By the way, event Pokemon in the chat. 3x signing rate for event Pokemon, such as the Trevenant that just spawned. Back to the game. Mr. Arthritis has been giving me a hard time wherever I walk. Without the help of medical exoskeleton, I feel like I'm stepping on glass with every stride I make. Anyway, my teacher mentioned that he had cited some Vidyadhara monuments in Scaligorge waterscape in his letters. For example, the statue dedicated to the High Elder. Many beautiful historical murals. These bore witness to the Vidyadhara mystery. He also told me that he'd seen a sucking Vidyadhara egg underwater. Wonder how he got into the sea. Could he have controlled the water and moved it away? Just kidding. He must have worn a diving suit. The last thing he saw was quite hard to describe. He said it was a dragon-shaped lie of light. Could it have been a miracle left behind by the long permanence for their descendants? Anyway, if you see any of those things, please take a picture and show it to me. I'll attach these supporting documents to my report. Of course, I will make you a co-author. Oh, congratulations on catching the Trevenant. Okay. So we're going to take some pictures for this, dude. I'm sure by taking the pictures, we're like violating laws of the Lufau. But whatever. We're nameless. We do whatever we want. It's like that statue right there. We zoom out a little. Yeah, there we go. Your statue. And then it's an artifact left by Dan Fang. Actually, this previous incarnation. Whatever. It's a pretty remarkable find. Okay, and then there's murals. There's an egg, too. We're supposed to find an egg. An egg in these trying times.
Yeah.
I don't know how long you've been doing, but the current event has been pretty amazing. If you want to get the secret mission, I don't know what the second secret mission is, the one for Ultra Ball or for Luxury Balls. But I can tell you what the secret mission is for the Shimmering Stone, which is how you evolve starters. You need to trade a Pokemon that is Ghost type who has a value more than 700 Pokedollars. The best way to do that is to have a rare monster and an alternate form monster and to bring it to a high enough level, because every time you level up your monster, their value goes up. I think I'm going the right way. I think it's this way I want to go. So if you want to get a shimmering stone and you don't mind trading a rare ghost type Pokemon worth more than 700 Pokedollars, you can get yourself a shimmering stone in the Pokemon community game. As far as the luxury balls, I have no idea. I really don't know. Well, there's some eggs. Is it just this one? Yeah, it's this one. Oh. Let me do it. Let me take the picture. There's the Vidyadhara's eggs. Then there's murals. Over there, I think. Yeah, there's people inside those eggs. Oh, we can fight this guy.
痛い客をもてなさないと諸悪大佐素晴らしいさようならボン千の珍奇をも一心同期全員消化勝利
お別れの時だ。
落ち着いて
もうじゃ再臨。
呼吸する素晴らしいとさようなら
These overworld enemies aren't terribly hard, fortunately. Annoying. Mara struck coming back to life, no matter how hard you hit him, is super annoying, but whatever. It is what it is. Kafka can clean them up. No worries.
人体は皆脆いがゆえに美しい
Break all the pots. There's nothing more satisfying to me than breaking pots in a video game.
痛い
Ooh, a trotter appeared. Fun.
和をもって尊しとなす諸悪大佐素晴らしいさようなら
Kaboom.
砲丸を持ってみる
Yes, it's funny. My parents had a friend who would go garage sailing and stuff and go to people's garage sales and buy all their dishes, right? And then she'd take the dishes to a special room in her house, and every time she got bad, she would break all the dishes. And you just throw them against the walls, just go full ham, just dishes flying everywhere. And then she'd sweep it all up and put it in the trash, and that was the end of it. She could put it all to bed. And then she was very calm otherwise. So that's what I think of. Stress relief. Just go to garage sales. If you like breaking stuff when you're stressed out, just go to garage sales. And then set aside an area, maybe a concrete floor, maybe some drywall, maybe something maybe stronger, and just go all out. Just break those dishes and shatter them and throw them and stomp on them, and then catharsis, and then you're all better. Anyhow, but yeah, rage room. I guess that's what you'd call it, a rage room. And it didn't cost her much either. It wasn't like it was a big issue, because like it's just stuff she got at garage sales and stuff, wasn't like, sure, she had to have a room, there's that, but other than just needing to have a room for the house, it was right. No, glimmer of crystal clear Vidyadhara edge catches your eye. You tap on the pearl-colored eggshell and hear the sounds of different notes. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. Music, just like flowing water, pours into your heart. Suddenly, you recall the sound you composed and called the Lune Arcus. You were inspired to write this song after witnessing the High Elder Danfeng being able to command waves at Scaligorge Waterscape. However, you do not get to perform this song in public. After hearing about the Tainted and the brilliant inhibitor Lune becoming a rebel, you flung your lute to the ground and left it broken. You vowed to never write another song again in your life. Oh, hey, welcome in, Jed Eagle. Nice to see ya. We're just doing some side questing oh, thanks for doing the check-in. Check-in. Boop, boop, boop. Appreciate it. And yeah, just doing some side questing, hanging out, playing music. Got Puku's check-in too. It'll play in just a second, hopefully. You gotta let them finish. I don't know if they queue up properly. I think they do. They queue up. Pretty sure they'll queue up. But I've actually never checked it. But we'll see. We'll see. When the one finishes, we'll see if the next one goes. Yep, it did. It queues up. Yep, all the redeems queue up. Very cool. How are you doing this wonderful Wednesday? Are you having a good day? I know I am. Definitely a good day. But the music stopped, so... Oh, that's because the check-in is running. The music will restart once the check-in. There we go. Ah, this song. I almost want to restart this song, because this song is the beautiful song. Absolutely love this song. But we're gonna start this one over, because this song is worthy of a complete play. Song. It's just so important. Hopefully everyone knows this song. Glad you're having a good Thursday. Song. Absolutely love it. What a king. Tell that. It's ironic that most of those people are dead. Like almost every name he names is dead or very close to dead. But we still have Coke. Camera's super sensitive today. Weird thing is, like, when I'm doing this VTubing thing, it's like it's up to the wind. how well the camera picks up my face. Like sometimes it's completely like wrong, and sometimes it's like I just make these subtle movements, and it's like moving my head around everywhere, and I can go, and I can go, and it's like perfect, almost. Well, I wouldn't say lifelike, but it it does what I wanted it to do at least. I guess I could say that. It smiles when I smile, frowns when I frown, you know? Whereas, like, just the other day, I was running it and I just couldn't get it working. Lighting is the same. Everything is the same. I haven't done anything different with my setup, but, like, today it's like, nah, we're going to work better today. We're going to pick up your face the right way. I don't understand it. It might be partially because I rebooted my machine, but I don't know. So, it does. It's a freaking mind of its own. Yeah, you did. Uh-huh. They're probably not in my room. You can go through my closet. It's fine. Nothing in there that you can't look at. Okay, girl. Yeah, I mean, and I've watched I've watched like new VTuber types, and they've had a lot of trouble with various things with the software. By the way, the weekly mission, which is unrelated to the event, is to catch 5 fire type Pokemon. So if you haven't checked or didn't know about that, see if you've caught 5 fire type Pokemon, and you can get the weekly mission with this Pansier, little fire type Pokemon. They're not too. I don't really need a Pansier right now, so I'm not gonna do anything. Pretty sure he wants us to take a picture of that, because like, who wouldn't want a picture of that? Beautiful. Do some great graphics in this game. Anyhow. So cool. Are they going to let me take a picture of it? Oh, that's the question. Yes. Out of the way. I honestly think they just do these quests to get us to get these awesome pictures. Not touch the light, but we can zoom light with our camera. That is how cameras work. Good job, Trailblazer. Alright, let's show them pictures. Yeah, it was your list, sisters. What? No, it was just a dress that we got somewhere for her. It's yours now, okay. If it'll fit you, you can wear it. Go for it. Okay, cool. Sure. Oh, a lot of my shirts are getting old. Exactly. That's why I bought all these plain black t-shirts. We can get some more later. I'm trying to finish up this quest right now. A little? Okay. Alright. Let's talk to Todd. It's you. I can tell just by looking at your face. You're a workaholic, just like me. Oh, we've done this dialogue. Come on, just skip right to the pictures. I took the pictures. Fantastic. Let me take a look. Oh, you missed out on the fancier. Sorry. Is what it is. Todd takes the pictures from you and scrutinizes them one by one. I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. As we get older, we can't see and tell colors apart that well. These views look exactly the same as those described by my teacher. If only I could have admired them earlier. Huh? Hold on. What is this shiny mark? Are my eyes failing me? Isn't it a marking of the guild? I didn't notice that when I took the pictures. Oh, this is a special optical marking used only by the members of the Intelligentsia Guild. It shows that a scholar has done research at this particular location, left some clues for his or her peers. It was automatically detected by the processing program of the guild when I received these pictures. What an unexpected and pleasant surprise. Did you leave this marking, Bernini? You really were timid. Are you sure this is your master's marking? After all these years of being a scholar, the only thing I am certain of is that nothing is certain. But that is a logical explanation. After all, the research hype is long gone, and very few scholars are sent to Zhengzhou for cultural exchange. Probably is uncivilized to vandalize a historical monument. Please let me say. If it's an optical paint that is non-corrosive, harmless, and can only be detected by a device of the guild, I'd personally call it protecting history. These markings serve as reminders for these moronic armed archaeologists that they won't blow up the historical sites. So that's the purpose of leaving these markings? I have no idea. Since they were left here, they are meant to be clues. But what did Bernini discover? Trailblazer, I'm going to follow this lead and see what Bernini has left behind. You mean you're going to send me to see? What a nitpicker you are. That's right. I'll need you to check it out for me. Well, if you insist on me being there myself, I'd be more than willing to oblige. However, I'm afraid you can't accept the idea of carrying me on your back when you're doing the investigation. I'll install the guild's detection plug in my phone. That way, you'll be able to recognize the markings and take pictures of them. In terms of archaeology, it should probably be called optical rubbing. Bernini mentioned several places that he had visited in the Lezers. I've marked them out on the map for you. Just bring your phone with you. Plug-in will issue a notification if the reflection signal of a near-eye marking is detected. Your job is to locate the markings and making a rubbing of it. Easy peasy, right? That's all. You may set off now. Alright, back to the frickin' place. Oh, it's a different place. Okay. Coordinates given by Todd show that the marking is nearby, but I can't find it here. I switch to the camera's detection system, just to be safe. Enable the precise recognition mode. Oh my. Note, specific response detected. An optical marking in the guild is nearby. Owner, Scholar Bernini Serrano. Is this what Todd meant by marking? This drawing is interesting, but it isn't complete. The coordinates that Todd gave me leads here. The missing markings are probably around here somewhere. Maybe I should look around. Nothing really looks out of place. Maybe I should switch on the camera systems. Enable precise recognition mode. Something's glimmering over there. Well, might as well take a look. Optical markings are used by the guild to discreetly exchange knowledge. At a certain angle, the markings will be pieced together to show the complete rubbing. Oh, it's one of those puzzles. If you're unable to find the remaining markings in the areas, use the camera's detection system to obtain the markings' location information. At a certain angle, paste together multiple incomplete markings and use the camera to record the marking and go rubbing. Got it. We see it. There we go. Take picture. Okay. I got it, just as Todd said. This thing is made of photosensitive material. It only appears under light refracted at certain angles. So I just have to get the camera adjusted to the right angle and I'll be able to make the marking piece together. All right, this marking looks like half of a tree and half like a human. What exactly is it? A tree person? Solves that problem. Ooh, more cathartic breaking of things. All right, where do we go next? Oh, I keep going to the Genshin settings. Genshin map button. What are you gonna do? Okay. Where else? So somewhere in the market. Let's look in the market. Note, specific response detected. An optical marking of the guild is nearby. Owner, Scholar Bernini Serrano. Enable the precise recognition mode. Oh, let's make mode. Please save them information by taking pictures. Okay. See it? Can't really get up there. People are in the way. Dragon tree. Right. There we go. Picture. What's going on there, but okay. This drawing looks like the roots of an enormous tree. Is it the ambrosial arbor? Depends if it was. We have to go down there. Fight our way down, probably. Not too much fighting. Get to it from this side? No. Go around. Go through those enemies. You do. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. This is a little group called Sylvan Esso. They are I guess a folk rock. I don't even know how to classify Sylvan Esso, but they play some very interesting music, and they have a large band. Very, very alluring. I don't know how to describe their lead singer. She knows what she has. She knows how to strut it, but she doesn't do it in a typical way. It's quite fun to watch and listen to. All right, enable pronunciation mode. Some sort. Oh, it's the ambrosial. It's the shooting of the arrow. The hunt guy did. Warrior with a bow. It seems it was a strong associate with Zhang Xiao's history. Not sure which part it's talking about. Well, of course it's talking about the arrow, dude. Whatever. It's the hunt doing the hunt thing. All right, let's go talk to the dude. See what he has to say. Always going to the wrong menu. Gosh darn it. Yes, I know. Alright, I've got the rubbings of the Alchemy Commission's markings. Alright, confirm. Let me take a look. Did you find this complete shape of a building, or was it pieced together by the plugin? This This is indeed the handwork of Bertinini. As Todd is fiddling with the rubbing and performing. Interesting. These motifs seem to depict a significant historical moment in the Zhangshao. Look at this. It's a depiction of a deity figure with multiple arms and branches growing behind. It portrays Yaoshi, of course. You're pretty well versed in Zhangshao history. This might be an image without any special meaning for a layperson. For a professional, it can surely understand its meaning. At this drawing, a warrior bends his bow and shoots at an enormous tree. It's clearly about the hunt chopping off the ambrosial arbor, a well-known myth about the rainbow arbiter. Yet, instead of crediting the deed with the deity, regular human form is drawn instead. Interesting. If these drawings are about important moments in Zhangshao history, then that's more than less than these three. Trailblazer, let's go deeper into Scaligorge Waterscape and explore. Since my master went there before, he must have left some other clues. Find anything, please show me. As for now, Todd's starting note starts taking down information rapidly on his touch. By the way, please take this. You can find my interpretation of the drawings inside. Though it isn't much, it's got potential to be made into a good Zhangshao history report. There's a Muna in chat, which is a psychic type. E tier. Not particularly interesting, but a Pokemon nonetheless. If you don't have it, it's always interesting. Shot from the sky. One of the most common literature themes in Zhangshao is the fire defecation. In the era of the flaming catastrophe, a hero was sabotaged by the nobles and imprisoned. The hero later worked with the Flint Emperor, the leader of the Hirobi, and destroyed the Madrasal, the Wingweaver's lair with the divine arrow. The hero's body dissipated, but it was not the end of his life. Instead, he ascended to become the Hunt, known as the Rainbow Arbiter by the Zhangshao people. However, there's no factual evidence that show that the hero is Lan. Almost all theories support this assertion. They're less than credible, given what they call can all be traced back to a single origin, which is the Ode to the Rainbow Path. Why the Alliance has not made its stance about this assertion, though it's widely circulated among the folks. Well, although the Alliance has never denied the authenticity of the fire defecation myth, we know it's at least equal to a denial from the Alliance's standpoint. Okay. Another one to go. All right. Try this one. Where is it hiding? Okay, enable the recognition mode. Okay. Like we just need to split these two. Yeah. Give it to me. Come on. I see it. There we go. Okay. Who is that? Is that the Remembrance? Kind of looks like the Remembrance. One thing on a boat. There's some ships in the drawing. Could they be the first Zhangshao ships? I think. Oh, there's lots of pictures to find in this area. Those guys out. Dead.
客をもてなさないと。落ち着いて。千の珍奇を持って一心同期。
Power up her attack. And also
素晴
this
らしい。
attack.
さようなら。
Yeah.
バン。
Okay, turn. He's gonna take DOTs. Die. Wah, wah. Sorry about that, dude. It's your turn early, though.
痛い
Didn't do you any good, though.
和をもって尊しとなす
This song.
諸悪退散
This song so much in the
話
game.
し合いましょ
It's the Overdrive song from Xenoblade X.
う全員死刑素晴らしいさようなら
Some fights were really long, and you could continuously overdrive. Though this isn't the singing one. This is just the. This isn't the singing one. I prefer the singing one, but whatever.
皆脆いが
It's the
故
song.
に美しい
Yeah, lower conditioned. Where can we go? Maybe this way. Go around this side? No. How about further down? Oh, enemies are seeing me.
痛い
Oh, we got hit before we hit them. Oof.
客をもてなさないと諸悪退散
Boo-doo-doo.
そうよ一体呼吸するその感覚
お別れの時だ。
落ち着いていた世の万物人事をなす一気に片付けましょう素晴らしいとさようならバン立ちなさい
いい度胸だね。もうじゃ再臨。
Can't get anywhere. Can't get anywhere. Okay. Oh, is it on? Here. We're on that piece. Okay. Oh, it's there. Ah, it's under. Ha. Okay, I get it. There we go. Is that a ship as well? Okay, a ship traveling through some sort of portal. A gigantic flying ship. The Zhang ship. They romanticize traveling through the universe. Gotta fight for this one too.
痛い
I clear up all the Mara struck in this entire area in order to finish this quest, obviously.
千の地域をもってこ一心同期諸悪退散素晴らしい
But that shouldn't be too hard. We can wipe them out.
砲丸を持って見るべし消化勝利
お別れ。
落ち着いて
What's up? Okay. All right. And bring warm clothing. Okay, because it's gonna probably be snowing. Probably gonna be snowing. I'm probably. All right. I will try to help you a little bit. Sounds like a good plan. Good thing. Get the angle right. Yeah, we can do that. I don't know. Let me read what they're gonna say here. It's like a person being marstruck. Oh, it is an evil drawing. It seems like one will be stricken with some misfortune by looking at it. Extrinsic meaning. What? Okay. Not here. Okay, enable recognition. E. There's things on both sides of it. Here. And over here. Okay. Oh my, that's cool. Little keyhole. Oh, how? Oh, wait, we got it for a second there. Fine. Oh, come on, this is so janky. Key. Oh, oh, oh. I had it for a second. Oh, this is so janky. Light up and then oh, get it. Ah, got it. Okay, cool. Or warriors, looks like. 5 silhouettes. I wonder who they are. 5 silhouettes. And now for the last one. And here. Oh, okay, let's do this. Enable the recognition. Thing below it. Oh, maybe this? Yeah, there it is. Here. Trying to even see what's going on there. It's not even understanding what I'm looking at there. Drawing bears an obscured meaning. It seems to betray some kind of resistance. There's There's a being with wings on its back. What does that even mean? Alright, let's go talk to the dude and see if he has some commentary about it.
あら、コートが汚れてる。困ったものね。
Skipping that. Here are the remaining rubbings. Are you sure? Did you do a thorough research in the locations I marked? What about those I didn't mark? There's no more left. He runs through some taking notes. In this drawing, the authoritative and solemn superior extends his arm to the air as fleets of ships set sail. This must be a depiction of Zhang Xiao's departure from ancient history. And this, a figure covered in sprouts. This is obviously a drawing of someone stricken with Mara. I believe all of us have witnessed how scary the disease is recently. I'm afraid it's just the price the Zhang Xiao people must pay for escaping death. This is a drawing shows a group of people summoning waves to drown an enormous tree. I suppose this illustrates the contribution of the Vidyadhara to the Lufo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 3 you have and the 3 you have previously found. Although they are not in order, the 8 drawings almost cover all the significant myths. Ooh, 8 here. 8 here, 8 here. 8 here, Pokemon, if you're out there. Steve, grab it. Catch that 8 here, floor grass. The significant, okay. Almost all cover the significant myths or history of the Zhangxiao from the past to the present. Still, there's something odd. What's wrong? Guild has a systemic way of recording Zhangxiao history. Indeed, there are secrets like the Mara Struck that are kept well hidden. Still, these myths and historical stories aren't exactly taboos. Why did Bertini leave these drawings in the Alchemy Commission in Scaligor's Waterscape? He lose his mind because his research was fruitless? Is there more to this than meets the eye? Let me think about this. You scholars are also convoluted. Why don't you just write down what you think? You are right, Trailblazer. I can't believe I was fooled by such trickery. Unlike this usual tired and old self, the elderly man starts sorting out the drawings at an astonishing speed. In the meantime, he can be heard muttering to himself like a sleep talker's ramblings. After some time, Tom snaps out his trap and starts grasping. I understand now. Have you figured out what your teacher meant? Oh, I didn't catch the monster. Trailblazer, what did you say? Sorry about that. I was too concentrated on the interpretation. Start aging, your reactions start to become slow. So what is it you understand? Seems to me that Bertini drew the well-known and historical events because he wanted to tell other scholars that the Zhangxiao no longer bore any secrets worth pursuing. The futile trip might have dealt a devastating blow to him. Perhaps all his hopes for the fate of Zhangxiao's long-life species were dashed when he learned about the Mara Struck's existence. So he drew these drawings, gave up on his career as a scholar, and decided to never return to his teaching post at the guild. I'd like to visit Scaligor's Waterscape to pay respects to my teacher. Trailblazer, my friend, to be my guide. Now? We can go later or tomorrow, but why not now? Scaligor's Waterscape isn't safe at the moment. It doesn't matter. Of course, it'll be safer if we have the escort of an armed archaeologist. Guess you can protect me, too, no? After all, you brought back the rubbing safely. Does Mr. Arthritis stop giving you a hard time? No, he's never spared me. Still, I must be there myself to show my respect. Bertini led me to this career and made me an official scholar with his recommendation. Since I can never see him again, I'd like to walk the path he walked before. Alright, let's go. Let me take a painkiller first, for the long journey. Todd takes out a pill from a pillbox with his trembling hand and struggles to swallow it. A while later, his face is distorted by pain, looks more relaxed. Let's go. Cat has clearly pooped somewhere near me. Okay, BRB. Gotta deal with cat poop. I have returned. And I have dealt with cat situation. Ugh. Clean up some nasty stuff. Alright. Oh, is that the High Elder statue? Nothing beats seeing it in person. According to my teacher, the legendary Vidyadhara is empowered by a secret spell. Not only can the High Elder transform into a dragon form at will, but their appearance will also never change. Alas, look how youthful the High Elder looks, without trouble, without hardships. Did your teacher ever meet the High Elder? Whether he did or not, it isn't likely that a long-lived species can remember a short-lived species like us. We are like fruits that look fresh one day, shrunken and dry the next. We are reduced to dust in yet another few days. The Zhangshao people regard us just like how this statue will regard me, and it won't be long before I am gone. The current High Elder does not look like this. I know, something complicated takes place. It's a shame that the guild is unable to unearth the secret. Are you done? We need to go to the next spot. Youngsters nowadays are so impatient. Only dying old people like me should feel anxious. Let's go check out the Vidyadhara eggs. Off we go. It's not the eggs I took pictures of, but I guess I don't care which eggs I took pictures of. Eggs are eggs. Can't go this way. I'm gonna go around. The old man approaches the pearl-like Vidyadhara egg to examine the glimmering scales on its surface. He's so captivated that he has lost track of time. The Foxygens have long lifespan, but they aren't immortal. The Zhangshao people have an endless lifespan, but have driven themselves into madness. The Vidyadhara had to undergo rebirths in endless circles of life. So, there will always be an insurmountable limit. This inevitable in the pursuit of immortality? Do we, short-lived species, really want to live forever? Or do we just want to stay youthful for as long as possible? Bertini must have realized that, and that's why he's left behind these drawings. Do we check out other places? Todd seems like he's been awakened from his sleep. Instinctively, he reaches for his pocket and immediately looks anxious. Trailblazer, my notebook, it's missing. Did you drop it somewhere? Guess so. I'm not sure. I must have misplaced it. Think I used it at the High Altar statue. Wrote something down and put it down somewhere. Girl, please do me a favor and help me look for my notebook. Sorry, the effect of the pill is waning and my joints are hurting like there are needles inside. Can't walk anymore. Driftbloom has appeared in chat, which is a C tier ghost type, suitable for the quest, and also 3 times shiny rate in case you get lucky and catch a shiny. Oh, I'm out of Pokeballs. I can buy 10. Actually, and Do repeat ball. Do repeat ball. Because I've caught one of those recently, so it should work pretty well. I think this guy's about to pull a fast one on us, and there's nothing we can do about it, so we have to pursue the quest regardless. Gate. The notebook is left at the base of the statue. Pick up the notebook. This is Todd's notebook, but it's empty inside. How strange. Time for him to do his move, make his move. Will this be enough time for him to do what he wants to do? Still standing down there. Trailblazer, did you find my notebook? I did find it. You really can't do much when you're getting old. When I was young, I could hop from star to star, no matter how millions of light years apart. Now I feel like I'm going through the pain of hell and going on a journey to the end of the universe when I'm taking a few steps. When I was young, I enjoyed taking solo adventurers trips. It felt like there was nothing I could do. Now I have to beg for the kindness of a youngster to retrieve my lost notebook. Thanks, Trailblazer. I owe you a big one. You glance at him without making a comment. Thanks, Trailblazer. I'll pay you as promised. As for the knowledge, I'll never forget the Intelligentsia's Guild true rule of reciprocity. I'll summarize my recent research and share the results with you. I'm done paying my respects. Should we go back, Trailblazer? You and Todd return. You've spoken a bit during the journey. You sense something is off by this peculiar feeling of foreboding comes over. Todd's issues don't seem to be as straightforward as they appear, and you're entangled with him. Couldn't stop here. Wonder if Todd has really gotten everything he wanted. Perhaps he got what he wanted and left, or maybe he'll contact me again tomorrow. Who knows? I don't know what the Trailblazer experienced. What? Dude, you didn't. You used what you got from the egg to get yourself immortal, didn't you? Ugh. Oh, it's you, Trailblazer. Todd. Same old me, the one and only. Although I probably shouldn't say old, because this body doesn't grow old anymore. This is what I wanted to share with you. As a researcher of Zhangshao culture, my teacher and I have combed through the literature and have gotten good grasp of the main precise part. Did you get younger? Hey, shh. Zhangshao people are extremely sensitive to that kind of talk. Immortality. The Zhangshao Alliance possesses a secret which all short-life species crave, but they keep it to themselves. Guild is always keen to obtain stable and safe longevity therapies for the Zhangshao Alliance. In fact, it forms the basis of all research into Zhangshao culture. But generation after generation of scholars came here, grew old, and returned without success, until finally the Guild almost gave up its field completely. My teacher, Scholar Bernini, was one of them. He should have gone through home empty-handed, just like everyone else. Somehow, what he found was adventure. Those patterns left in the Skalagor waterscape. Yes, Vidyadhara brought my teacher to this sacred place once, which switched his focus on longevity over to the Vidyadhara. But that violated the Zhangshao's 10 unpardonable sins. Knowing he couldn't leave behind any traces, he used the guild's marking and left behind a series of patterns that seemed to merely illustrate history. And now I know I've deciphered the code to use those patterns. Now I understand their hidden meaning. The Vidyadhara pursue longevity in the correct manner. What did you do? Took a few samples from inside a Vidyadhara egg, as I suspected. Nobody was harmed in the slightest. That egg also remained intact, but it just so lost a little bit of egg white. That is all. Its benefit to society is obvious, isn't it? Todd raised his once dry, skinny hand to show that his wrinkles had disappeared, revealing fair, smooth skin instead. I could have just walked away. I could have just kept quiet. Talking to anyone would mean risking jail time, but it's you, and I wanted to tell you about all of this. My whole life, I've always been sticking to the rule of reciprocity, and nothing changed now. Without your help, I would never be where I am today. Trailblazer, you are an outstanding young woman. This old-timer, well, you've inspired me to reconsider taking on an apprentice. I've got a proposal for you. Join our guild. We'll split the glory, the riches, and the extended youth granted by this secret. You'll be free to do whatever you want. Just keep the secret until we leave the Lufo. How about you think it about her and give me your answer, okay? Okay. Thought things through yet, Trailblazer? Someone who's shown with kindness before. I will not treat you poorly. Alright, you'll keep your secrets. I'm no cop. Knew I was right about you. But I don't plan on becoming an apprentice. The path of the nameless more popular with the kids these days? I won't force things. Never change your mind. Come find me anytime. My proposal stands in perpetuity. Todd bows and shoots you a small salute while turning quickly away. You're not sure about Todd's future plans, but you somehow feel that your destinies will still intertwine somewhere. Surprisingly, Todd's research was successful. Got some guts. Where this guy's planning to hide, and how does he intend to leave the Zhangshao? Wait and see. He might come asking for my help again in less than a day. Yeah, like they're gonna let him get out. He's going straight to Lufo jail. Nothing will stop them from stopping him, because if he leaves with this, oh, bad things will happen. It's kind of awesome. I'm okay with this whole thing. All right, whatever. Let's pursue this and see where it takes us, you know? I love it. Okay, let's go to investigation. So, what happens on max level in this game? Anything? Anything? Like in the other game, you get stuff. For getting to 70. But I don't know that you do in this game. Alright, we got to max level. I don't know what else to say. Put some resin. Oh yeah, we got 90. So we were working on Sampo. Technically working on his weapon right now, I think, because he has a 5-star weapon. Work on getting his enhanced. There. This. Our chat. Ooh, there's a Pokemon about to spawn too. It's very exciting. Power up Kafka. Builds up.
食材の時だ。
落ち着いて。
もうじゃ再臨。
話し合いましょう。
Just break this guy. We'll cast our burst in the next one.
不利などない。千の珍奇を持って鼓舞を。振動機。
Galili just appeared in chat. Snowball Pokemon.
素晴らしい時はさようなら。
The roundest Pokemon in the game. It has exactly 80 in every stat.
全員死刑。
Well-rounded Pokemon. Let's just say. Very well-rounded.
諸悪大佐。立ちなさい。
食材の時だ。
一気に片付けましょう。はっ。
Break this one. almost knocked that one out. Ooh, I forgot to put up my shield.
呼
Oh
吸す
well.
るその感覚おぼ
Just
素
kill
晴ら
this
し
round,
い
it'll
と
be fine.
さようならバン全員死刑一気に片付けましょう消化退散
Shields up.
消化勝利
お別れの時
世の
だ
Better
本
drop
陣
a burst.
なす落ち着いて
Came out. Almost knocks that one out.
うわ
That one's done. Knock her out.
チェックメイト素晴らしい
Knock
さ
out
よ
this
う
whole
なら
wave with one burst. It's her burst. Her two. That's over. Cool. Kill alien. Yep, escaped. No surprise, nobody threw on it. We're empty. And level up. Build one of these. Sizer. Credits. We broke. Alright, let's do gold calyxes until we get the credits, I guess. Gold calyx. Get some credits. No, not this one. Books. Credits. Calyx. There we go. Same team. Though it's getting close to the point where I can actually bring Sampo to a fight. But
輪を持って尊
not yet.
しと
We'll
な
bring
す
Sampo to a fight when he's a little
Sure.
stronger.
退散千の珍奇を持ってこ一心同期そうよ一体立ちなさい素晴らしいさようなら
Sayonara is right. It,
客をもてなさないとは
right, it didn't give us a lot of credits, but maybe it gave us enough. We'll see. Perfect. Weapon is fully ascended. Relics. He has relics. The focus on effect hit rate for him. Has effect hit rate. Some more. Strat presented. Those are all good things. Starting our build. What crits don't really matter. We just want effect hit rate and attack on him. That's our primary focus. I can make sure that he's got attack percent. And hit rate's good. Hit rate. Wind damage good. Attack percent 5. Yeah, so he's got a good set of artifacts. Get the artifacts experience to make him. Yeah, that's that. Cool. Well, it's been fun. I don't think anyone's here. Let me check, but everyone's doing other things on their Friday nights. But here. Right, we're gonna just end stream. Bye bye. Such a beautiful soundtrack. Oh my goodness. Oops. A child stands alone in the place where Todd was always fighting. For some reason, his young face looks rather familiar. There you are! Oh, what in the world happened? I was just a little sloppy with my experiment, an inevitable result. Although I'd gained immortality, or I thought I'd gained immortality, but unfortunately things were not that simple. My body, it keeps shrinking. My skin, muscles, organs. Indeed, I'm getting younger, but you see, this youth doesn't seem to have an off switch. Ooh. Kind of like the tradition of hatching rebirth. Yes, but as far as I know, their rebirths have a limit. Test results indicate this de-aging process seems to have no endpoint. It won't be long before I'm illiterate and won't be able to understand my own records. At which it would seem no different from regular dementia. In the end, I might even become an egg again, just like the Vidyadhara. Perhaps I'd become a human embryo once again. I mean, I'm not Vidyadhara, am I? Ah, isn't it ironic, don't you think? My wish came true, not just in the form I thought it would take. The oldest stories in human civilization are fables that take this line. Seems like they aren't just a cliche after all. What can I help you with? You've already done so much for me, more than my teachers and apprentices combined. I don't want to bother anyone else anymore. The boy cups his chin in thought for a brief moment in a pose that is far beyond his age. You really are sincere about helping me with something. Just take me for a spin around the market, buy me some snacks, and we'll have some fun with me. Don't doctors always say that a terminal case is helpless to take them out and eat whatever they want and go around and have fun? I want to have one last good time before I turn into a mindless baby. Kafka's babysitting.
今季一番のおすすめは林炎春です。
Man, he's really going. He's got a lot of energy in him. Poor Todd. Farewell, little guy. Tuskar wrap, sungless cape, berry pheasant skewers, come and get 'em. It's silly, but when I was researching Zhengzhou culture, I never paid attention to these street snacks. The guild had never much time for ordinary knowledge unless they were profitable. What'll it be? Can you please ask for me? Oh, no, it should be... I want berry pheasant skewers. I just want berry pheasant skewers. Can you get me some? That okay? But go ahead and buy what you want. What? I thought you were being sincere about wanting to help me do something. Now you're asking me to fork out for it? I won't. I won't do it. I want you to buy it for me. I want to eat berry pheasant skewer. Young woman, is this your little brother? He's so cute. You can't be so harsh with that to a kid or you'll scare him. Hear that? Okay, fine. Alright. Are there any discount events going on? Hey, dear customer, there are no discounts here. We already have the lowest prices in all the Lufo. We can't discount anything any further. But speaking of events, our store is about to hold the competitive eater championship soon. Do you want to join? No, thanks. I'm just watching. No problem. All right, I don't want to do that. All right. Very. What does he want? Berry pheasant skewers. All right, fine. You can buy one. Thank you for stopping by. I hope to see you next time. Did you buy it? Here, take it. All right, let me have a taste. The boy places the bright red candies in his mouth, one at a time. Ah, it's so sweet. Most people rarely get to enjoy such carefree feeling except in childhood. Growing up, studying, working, always chasing this or that thing. Thinking about it like this, doesn't living a long-life species seem hopeless? How can they put up with the endless repetition of life for hundreds of years? For them, life should be like this candy here in my mouth, sweet at first, but then soon disappearing without a trace, just to leave behind nothing but empty desire. And despite of everything, I always dreamed of becoming one of them. The boy smacked his lips, craving more. All finished. Where should we go next? I want to go to the Exalting Sanctum. The boy vanishes without a trace.
あら、コートが汚れてる。
Oh,
困っ
there
て
they
るわ
are.
ね。
Once you grow older, you simply have to step off the Zhengshao to take a look at the cosmos outside. Uh-huh. I've been to Pure Point, Von Quack, Taikyuan, even the Punk Lord. Oh, by the way, it's a foodie paradise if you're after. You simply have to check out Banquet Star. Uh-huh. By the way, kid, I haven't seen you around here before. I've seen you before, though, Lady Bailu. Please, no need for formalities. Oh, hey, dude. Setting up the new phone to make it before you shut down and come back. All right, cool. Yeah, we're going to be on for a couple hours. Phone from China. Oh, okay. Good luck with that. No need for formalities. I just came here to be another diner among the people. You don't happen to have any snacks in your bag, do you? Why wouldn't you share with us what you've got? I'm sorry, I had a berry pheasant skewer, but I already ate it up. Oh, it's a pity. No matter. I'll be playing nearby here tomorrow, so you can bring me something to eat and come here. Mr. Todd, we should be going. Mr. Todd? It's good enough. It was in Aussies. 5G. Hey, if it's 5G, it does the job, right? So good luck with that. Can't you just treat me like a kid? If other people hear it, they're going to be traumatized. Yeah, cool. Well, yeah, we'll be doing a battle challenge later. We're just finishing up a quest right now. Oops. Here comes my guardian. That's enough of our secret conversation for today, then. All right, remember to bring some snacks with you tomorrow. We take Todd to bid farewell to Bailu. Now you're starting to get the hang of this parenting business, running over to other kids and snatching away your own child. Speaking of which, this kind of thing used to happen all the time when I was a kid. Whenever I wanted to play together with the pig-haired girl next door, my parents would show up like an alarm clock and march me back to my desk. I always wondered, what if they weren't always bothering me like that? Perhaps I'd stirred several grandchildren by now. Sired. Where else do you want to go? It's a real nightmare. Man, did I seriously kill my mood for playtime? Poochie, you know. Not that. Better catch that. Next up, let's go to Lunarescent Steps when it's windy. Right. Is he getting smaller? Yeah, I think he's literally getting smaller every time we do this. Like, he looks smaller to me. The little boy sits alone beside the sea. Are you all good? I'm fine, just listening to the waves and watching the ocean. I've never felt so wide awake. Trailblazer, I feel happy. In this life, I've been far better off than most people who didn't even know what they want, let alone how to get it. I became a published author, and I've taken on countless apprentices. I may have no children, but there are several of my students of whom I am very proud. Best of all, I've lived to see the results of my research and got the answer to what all the scholars were vying for, despite it all turning into a nasty joke. So it's finally time for me to say thanks to you, Trailblazer, for being there for me right from the start. By the way, I've recorded all the data from my experiments here. Whether you want to pass it on to my apprentices, destroy it, or even hand it over to the Zhangshao authorities, the choice is yours. It suddenly occurred to me that my teacher's final moments were spent swimming here with the fish these ancient waters. And what have I? will I also face such an ending? The question went unanswered, and the child spoke no further. Shredded notes of Scholar Bikini. Large chunk of information has been corrupted. The results of the review are out, and funding has been halved, with a friendly suggestion to modify the research direction. They've started reducing the number of Zhangshao exchanges, and while I'm too lazy to argue with them, I have to admit that they do have a point. Indeed, there really is little commercial use for the study of folk histories alone, and nobody can squeeze any value out of the Zhangshao people. After all these years of academic research, I've finally begun to feel my enthusiasm and determination waning. No, they're completely exhausted. And what's worse than running out of funding? But now the question is, what am I going to do? Money's running thin and manpower is tight. That guy Todd just started a family. I can't fork out for any overtime. What a junk topic this is. Cracking the secret of immortality. Ha! I said it'd take 10 years to solve, but now it really is a joke. Large chunk of information corrupted. I kind of miss the ramen stand outside the library. Walking out from that study to a warm bowl of spicy noodles in the darkness of night. What an experience. Extra garlic, extra chili, extra meat, please, with a couple of glugs of oil. The ultimate taste. Think about the trash we ate above the Zhangshao. Mung bean soda. Even a toilet would refuse to take that down. Also, I just calculated the remaining funds. It'll only be enough for extra garlic. Several dates remain unfulfilled. I nearly starved to death wandering around the streets of Skarktifkangen. A Vidyadhara brother treated me to a hot meal. I have to say that they really do people have a tremendous taste. After chatting for a while, I feel like I've had a revelation that I haven't quite figured out. Should I persist, or should I leave the Zhangshao with everyone else crossed out? No matter what, I know I'll have to stay positive and optimistic about things. I have to believe in myself. I have to believe in what I can. The secret eternal youth, crossed out. I'm tired, so very tired. What a waste of space I am. I had dinner with my buddy. He paid. And we chatted about various folk myths around the cosmos. I learned that some tribes and myths, a fountain of youth and a secret underwater kingdom, share similarities with the Vidyadhara legends that he told me. But any connection between them remains to be seen, especially the past events about the Vidyadhara, which Blank said, well, they regard it as memories past, so it should be an oral history passed down through generations. I've never heard of such a thing, and the guild has no such record either. Daring idea, trugs me right by Greymare. Workly work plan. Check over Vidyadhara materials. Borrow some Zhangshao classics. Review the literature. Did not submit thesis. Weekly work plan. Record the Vidyadhara oral history. Revise thesis topic. After all that from the guild, my thesis into genetic longevity of the Zhangshao people has fizzled out. I knew it would. Next, I'll probably devote full resources to researching the secret to Foxian tails. But I won't amount to anything. Growing fluffy ears and tail means there's a risk of uncontrollable growth, and their lifespan isn't very long, meaning their cellular vigor is severely limited. A shame that nobody believes me. Forget about it. Geniuses are destined to be lonely. Let's wait and see. Blank may look cold, but I never expected him to be so warm-hearted. Otherwise, he wouldn't have saved me back then. He took me to the legendary Skalagorg waterscape. I'd heard of such oral histories, but never expected so many physical ruins to remain. He also agrees with my reviews on recorded history. The past is more than just a random memory. They must be recorded in writing so that more people can witness the glory of gazed on by. The retronatal ecosystem of the Vidyadhara is really interesting. Just soaking in these pools leave me feeling a whole lot younger. And as for this auto-incubation mechanism of theirs, I got a tube of Vidyadhara egg export, and to be honest, I was worried that my needle wouldn't penetrate their eggshells. On the way back, I ran into a vehicle checkpoint at Starskiff Heaven, which freaked me out, but luckily I wasn't exposed. Sure enough, the guild has launched their new genetic sequencing project. There's not much time for me here. I wrote a few times to hurry up to that kid Todd. He said he was all ready to go, but I'm guessing that he'll be too late. I guess I'll have to do myself then. My skin has covered elasticity. I have more hair in my follicles. Later's actually a pleasure. I never thought I'd be able to solve this thorny genetic problem along the way. If I can do it, then that alone would be incredible. Still not sure when the cellular vigor can reach normal Vidyadhara levels, but based on the hair follicle regeneration results, I believe it's already may have happened. Once enough growth has occurred, it stops, and the next growth stage doesn't perform as well. The blank concentration is below average, which I take to be a sign of insufficient extraction. Talked with Blank and planned on visiting the Scaligore waterscape with him some time later. I assume he was quite pleased with my chronicled graph from last time. Ah, Eureka! I did it. This long Zhangzhou hit trip of mine has finally reached its destination. The boss at the Cloudstrike Hotel came to visit me this morning, and some customer satisfaction found him. She didn't recognize me at all. She politely asked, "When is Mr. Berlini coming back?" And I was curious why I was in his room. "I'm one of Berlini's students," was how I answered, in a voice that sounded sharp but raspy. It reminded me of the trouble I had joining the school choir back when I was 14 and my voice was breaking. After I got her to leave, I finally checked myself out in all my glory in the mirror. I was young, handsome, and sculpted like a statue. Once I get genetically certified back at the guild, I will have access to unlimited wealth and power, and all the time in the world for research. I feel like I've forgotten lots about blank, and I have been so lazy and sleeping so long. I can't open my diary as I've forgotten my password. Luckily, I can use my fingerprints. What should I write? The bed in my room looks bigger on the naked eye now. My body, something has gone wrong. The entry has been damaged by some kind of liquid, and most of the content has been illegible since being dried out. Go, traveler. Trailblazer, leave me here. Child gazes back at the sea, humming a nursery rhyme that nobody can understand. Every now and again, he seems to notice you, and he looks on with curiosity. But before long, he can no longer concentrate as he's distracted by the fantastical landscape. The sea seems to be calling for the child. Bye, little guy. Sad. He's dead.